كده على الصفحة الأولى على الصفحة.
always betray her fellow agents like that? A rhetorical question. I already know. Just making conversation.
Have you beheld that new rifle up at the monastery? The Oracle?
The one Wiley designed, right? Uses a tracking algorithm, never misses. Sounds ambitious. Ambitious, even for him.
I'd give my tenure for an hour alone with it and a mantisaur with 2 clicks.
Voracious statements regarding products researched and designed to
We need to help the folk at Opportunity, Commander. Void the Abbot. He's more
1,068.5 pardons. But I haven't any time.
By calculating the position of every atom in the universe, we can predict the future, control reality.
I haven't seen this many folks crammed together since recalled libations night at the thruster. Smells about the same too.
wish. The invaders. Ascendant. Drop by our... Today, find out how you can take an active part in your future. Auntie's choice just suffered an involuntary 15% reduction in workforce.
Stranger, the order bids you welcome, but also warnings. In light of the recent attack...
So it was one of our bases that got hit. Well, I'm gonna be sick.
I can't rightly say, and that is rather concerning in its own right. It seems our temporary ceasefire with the corporatists may be at its end. Yes, this was an active war zone until recently, and now seems like it may be so again. Not quite certain why the attack was launched, but that is not under my purview. I'd surmise that when Auntie's Choice realized they couldn't get through our defensive measures, they wisely chose the path of diplomacy. Seems I was mistaken.
Well, it weren't our artillery that made that strike. I can tell you that much.
They must have done something to provoke an attack, which is why your safest path now is the one that leads to Matriarch's mercy. Order controls everything south of this point, but the rest is beset with various dangers. Well, not certain about that last one anymore after the attack. The creatures are of the genus Varachnid. They're both excessive. They've also been known to pose as refuge. Yep, mad to the last one. People will turn to anything to ease their discomfort during times of... All our efforts add to the equation.
Ready to take the heat off you, commanders. Just say when.
Raring to go. Commander, you're bleeding! Medkit coming your way!
Help me out!
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Back in business.
Factory 7 is presently under lockdown. Unauthorized entry is barred due to contrivance malfunction, laboratory mishap, and/or miscellaneous unspeakable dangers.
Please call again at a more convenient time.
Hope you appreciated how I bit my tongue back there with the abbot. Didn't want things to come to blows with civilians in the crossfire. Full of excuses for the attack, wasn't he? Could be that he's sincere, or could be that he has his hands so full with keeping his community from falling apart that he missed a memo or two. Either way, I'm willing to stay my hand until we know the truth. If it were my folk buried under the rubble, I'd want to know for certain before acting. Besides, ain't nobody than we are. He don't strike me as a liar. Incompetent, though? I'll say this. If he's got insubordination brewing, he's well and truly screwed. While we're at it playing detective, we need to scope out opportunity. If there are any survivors, we ought to help, however we're able. I can only hope they had warning enough to run for cover. If they didn't, well, there's only so much basic training can prepare you for. Thank you, Commander. We should move on, unless you've got something for me? Sounds like your old pal DeVries was in deep with the Order. Now, I don't know a whole lot about them, but I don't reckon fanatical is part of their employee. And as you've seen, that kind of loyalty can pose a real problem to everyone else. Fine by me. How personal are we talking? Like ain't the word I'd use, even before I was itching to tear up my contract and said it. They treated me better than my last employers did. And despite recent events, I believe in their mission. We can give folk here in Arcadia a better life. They have. I'm just one of many who welcomed the chance to enlist with open arms. Yes, and that takeover was the best thing that ever happened to us. Fine by me. Couldn't say. I would have continued serving on the front line in my command when I regained. Look, I knew dismissal was a possibility when I volunteered for the procedure. That's a nice sentiment. This is the way of... I miss... Huh. If nothing else, they'll have Ortiz to keep up morale. I know the nonstop jokes from that bastard sustained me for weeks. Of course I do. Can't help but wonder if I'm missed in return. Anyhow, I would rather return to the matter at hand. No use dwelling on those out of sight and out of mind.
Hello? Someone there? Yes? Did the missive not play, or was it garbled in some way? Are you somehow struggling with coherence? If so, to be clear, Zeranium Manufactory 7 presently and for an indeterminate time is in lockdown. That means no external transmissions, no visitors. Wait, you have a writ? From the abbot? We don't have any means of... yes, they said they have a... yes, sir.
This is Factor Maytuckling. Am I to understand you have orders from the abbot? Quite convenient for you. I have no way of verifying without allowing you entry. Very well. Come inside and we'll see this sorted. Building on the left.
Yes, right over here. You're not getting down below until you talk to me. So, the abbot deigned to send someone whilst we're contending with all manner of emergencies, did he? Wait, is that an Auntie's Choice enhanced soldier with you? Oh, I see what this is. Stay back. We have no desire to escalate things further. Don't do something you'll regret.
We want answers, not a fight. And if indeed there's any retribution to be had, it won't be by my hand. Tell him, Commander.
All within the Order are equal parts of the equation. It is functionally useless to imply greater influence. Sometimes I cannot fathom what goes through the abbot's mind, but your papers do seem to be legitimate. I will unlock the elevator so you can speak with Proctor Svoboda below. I'll send word you're en route, but fair warning, I cannot predict what reception you will receive. I expect your behavior will remain impeccable. As soon as I've seen to securing the facility, I'll be along straight away. Yes, the source of the explosion was unmistakably Zeranium. It is exceedingly volatile unless handled correctly. The recent attack may have... One of our transport pods filled with Zeranium was diverted toward, or more specifically at, their location. Though functionally correct, I assure you. To date, no one has ever misused them for this purpose, and we have managed to corner the apparent perpetrator down below, which would be a good thing if they had not... Our suspect, one Initiate Alva, previously supervised launch controls. Though steadfastly maintaining her innocence, she has also barricaded herself in the operations control room below. A move not likely to allay anyone's suspicions. An understandable perspective. I fear I must concur. I admit I'm to a reasonable degree pleased you are on hand to corroborate current suppositions. May your query yield favorable results.
evidently originated here. Transport pod full of Zeranium. Blue outpost opportunity to naught but tinges and flinders. Wait, so has it been classified as an accident? Or an attack? The Proctor's a low-functioning functionary at best. I mean, just look at this mess. That explosion.
Well, running a manufactory must require extraordinary, fastidiousness.
This unit is
Little
currently
good that's doing
unavailable
us now.
for meaningless
Little good that'll
interaction.
do us when Antes arrives.
Hello. Come here often. Goodbye. This unit enjoys our banter.
Initiate Alva, stand down. Relinquish control of this facility immediately.
Oh, my dear Proctor, you can't believe a low-level drudge like me is responsible for any of this.
You'd have us all believe you seized control to demonstrate your innocence. Wait, is this being broadcast?
I have no idea how this audio doodad works. You're the one in charge here, Proctor Svoboda. Are you sure you didn't do something?
I demand your unconditional surrender at once.
Hello, Proctor? I'm pushing buttons over here now. Did I disconnect you somehow?
Emergency detoxification initiated. Once her pain took over.
Things have been a mite haywire.
Yes, of course. Next on my list of lowest probability events, strangers sent by the Abbot, gallivanting about amidst a lockdown. If we'd been able to communicate beyond our walls, might have saved you a trip. As I can successfully report, we have identified the responsible party. I oversee this manufactory and all personnel, including those here under false pretenses. Apparently like this. Initiate Alva. It's plainly obvious what her story is. A spy or turncoat, no doubt. A sleeper agent from one of those secret enemy programs you're always hearing about. Within a beat of us hearing of the attack, Alva seized command of the system and locked herself in the control center. She then forcefully repelled several attempts to extricate her. 2 are dead already. Poor Jacobs lost a hand trying to pry free the outer doors. Why, she could destroy this entire place at any moment from in there. I implore you to stop her before she does so. I fear violence may be our only recourse. Fervent professements of innocence, mostly. You know, exactly what you'd expect a secret traitress to claim. Dramatic attestations that grew quite animated. I suppose spies must build up a flair for histrionics. What with all that, hiding their identities and all. Then bursting forth like a pent-up arachnid. At any rate, I have work to do, and you have a saboteur to eliminate, yes? Whatever for. We've already established her guilt. Failed to see the use, frankly. I suppose some limited nosing about before dispatching her wouldn't hurt. Presuming she doesn't kill us all in the meantime. I'll be in my office. Let me know once she's no longer a problem.
Ought to keep moving, Commander.
Nice weather we have been having, or not having. Goodbye.
This is important. Would you describe the Varachid's cursory as slavering when it attacked? How much viscous fluid would you estimate was involved?
I suppose I could spare 0.004% of my daily cycle to say hello.
I shot it. There's goo all over the spot it emerged.
2 exemplars, dead as Pythagoras.
Of course, she's hiding something. You think those 2 exemplars just spelled wrong? They're hardly prone to involuntary self-injury.
This is proving your own substantiation. Prove otherwise, I'd contend.
Oh, hello. A visitor. Who is it they're sending now? And who are you, dear? You're what? Some maverick for hire? Oh, no, I can see it now. Earth Directorate, yes? Like Commander Zane and that rascal Buddy. And who is that you brought with you? A friend? Ah, an Auntie's Choice grafted soldier. You poor dear. And someone else. Another Earth Directorate agent, I see. Seems sad.
Is she talking about me?
All this for me. Fear I hardly deserve such attention. This entire business is just a terrible misunderstanding. Oh, believe you me, I'd like to know that more than anyone. I am thoroughly unaware how anyone would think me capable of all this. I was apparently at the wrong point in space at the wrong point in time. Really? Do you see me, a saboteur? Oh, don't they always attempt to, flee the scene? Yes, that was terrible. I feel awful. Though technically speaking, they did kill each other. There was a scuffle. Their weapons fired. It was a most unfortunate thing. I've refused a few promotions over the years. Undemanding work provides me ample personal time for my
feel like I'm watching a work of fiction right now.
Dear me, I wish I did, but... Actually, there may be a way you could... Why, yes, I could unseal access to the records repository for you and open the path leading there. I'd be right grateful if you'd have a look. I swear I'm completely innocent of this heinous act they're accusing me of. If you need to hear me say it, surely. I promise not. Appreciate your help, dear. May the plan favor us against long odds.
Investigator? Always account for standard deviation.
Apologies, this unit's conversation module is functioning intermittently.
Patrol's back, I hear. Don't see Auntie's being too dissuaded by them, though.
Our Earth Directorate friend.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Yes, they witnessed me rather discomposed, I fear. Visions of Auntie's choice reprisal.
The Factor is less accusatory in his questioning than certain others, which I respect. Good manners cost nothing, I always...
Troops now guard the entrance above. Our safety addressed, I have turned my attention to the cause of our situation here, and I have deemed it wise to investigate further. Do not let my position fool you. All within the Order are scienticians, and hence we seek the truth of any hypothesis based on evidence. The Proctor's accusation is no different. You suspect me somehow? One must keep one's eyes wide open in such times, I suppose. Now, I believe you had an update for Initiate Alva.
You've examined the launch records, yes? What did you find? I'd say they've obviously been altered, dear. Fancy that odor you detected, a sign of chemicals used to affect the falsification. Ah, but listen to me. What do I know about this sort of thing? I know I've watched too many Aetherwave serials. Suppose they fuel my fervent imagination. But still, even the most junior scientician knows the best explanation is one requiring the fewest assumptions. Ergo, I set the correct coordinates. Someone overrode them. Someone may be pulling her strings, perhaps. That's what investigators like you say, isn't it? Now, what you uncovered appears to imply two further avenues of inquiry. A Zeranium leak occurred moments after the launch. I imagine it may have been used as a diversion, allowing the culprit time to falsify the record. The overriding of the coordinates also deserves a look. Don't you think?
I can speak to the coordinate override, I believe. All commands are routed through the hub in central processing. If one meant to accomplish what you're suggesting, they would likely look to do it there.
I expect the Zeranium leak stemmed from alterations to the control boards and refinement logistics. I'd look for any signs of tampering that may point to the culprit. I'm full of hidden depths, dear, but this isn't the time. Later, I promise. Anything you want to know, from my first science crush to my scientician aptitude test scores. All right. There. I've unsealed both areas. With hope, what you discover will help us determine the responsible party.
I'll stay here and play for more time. If the Proctor sends anyone, I'll say I'm close to convincing you to surrender.
Svoboda sure has it out for that initiate. Guess I would too if Alva had killed a bunch of my colleagues.
Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander. Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Looking a little woozy there, Commander. Medical pack, out!
Not walking this off. Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Looking a little woozy there, Commander.
Waste them on a random fight here.
Alva's been here for how many years? I never noticed her. Just blended in with the scenery somehow. May the plan guide you.
May all your endeavors add to the equation.
May all your theories prove true.
May all your endeavors add to the equation.
Investigator. May the plan guide
Not to be an armchair functionary, but the Proctor isn't even close to approaching the situation in a logical fashion.
Always account for standard deviation.
May all your...
May all your endeavors add to the equation.
Something about that Alva doesn't square. And she called me sad. I'm not sad. Just for the record.
Hello.
Ah, yes. Suppose you'll do.
Enjoy our banter.
I'd been hoping an empiricist or assessor would amble by, but you appear reasonably apt. The Zeranium overflow venting has gone completely haywire. Oh, what else will this higgledy-piggledy nightmare of a day bring? I was ordered to keep watch until a specialist arrives. Might I entreat you to act in such a capacity? The control board to divert the flow of Zeranium is up yonder in refinery logistics. If so, I have something for your time and effort. Well, as a fellow student of science, you'll be especially interested in what I have to offer. We developed a pharmaceutical primer that, technically it poisons you a little, but also heals you quite effectively. Shut off the gas, it's yours. Tremendous. Why, this day may deliberate endeavors beget expected results.
You're back. I see my choice in you was well-founded. Zeranium overflow venting has returned to a non-haywire state, and my internal levels of disquietude have lessened along with... This card will allow you into... The pharmaceutical primer I mentioned is inside on display. With the leak abated, I am... Now that you... I must admit, I haven't given the attack a not much. Keeps to herself mostly. Or that is entirely. Like all... You mean just after the attack occurred? I was in a state of anxiety at the time, and, well, I'm sure you're aware. I am great. Yes, I have had my fill of stochastic uncertainty today. You're back. I see my choice in you was well-founded. Zeranium overflow venting. This card will allow you... The pharmaceutical primer I mentioned is inside on display. With the leak abated, I am fully... Now that you... I must admit, I haven't given the attack a single... Not much. You mean just after the attack occurred? I was in a state of anxiety at the time, and, well, I'm sure you're aware higher levels of cortisol can impede the encoding of memory. I am Zeranium overflow venting has returned to a non-haywire state, and my internal levels of disquietude have lessened along with it. With the leak abated, I am fully prepared to be... You mean just after the attack occurred? I was in a state of... quite right. Anything else? Now that you mention it, yes. I recall I was worried about one crisis, and my mind was completely occupied by this other crisis nearby. I must admit, I haven't given the attack a single thought since. I do hope everyone's okay. Not much. Keeps to herself mostly. This card will allow you into The pharmaceutical primer I mentioned is inside on display. The Order regards potentially detrimental human... With the leak abated, I am fully prepared to be...
Factor's been in there a while now. Perhaps this conundrum is approaching conclusion.
Investigator.
May all your endeavors add to the equation.
Thank you kindly. I am decidedly in your debt. Anything you need? Anything Of course. I am now able to breathe easy and respond freely. Works in operations, right? Always on about her stories. Wish I had time to watch serials and read all day. Strange question, but yes. All commands pass through the hub here. Through that wiring underneath that open floor panel in the back of the room, actually. Well, in my professional opinion, looks like someone rerouted some commands from operations. Not sure which ones. Based on the sloppy state it was left in, I'd say they either barely knew what they were doing or were in a rush, or both. I was in my cot doing advanced equations. After the explosion occurred, I rushed here to check my terminal. The door was creaky to open. I should have known it would lodge in place when it closed, but I was, well, careful on your way out. Try not to be liquefied and subsequently devoured.
Raring to go.
Hello, dear. We were just talking about you.
Or specifically, potential implications for a multitude of troubling scenarios, based on probable results of your investigation, downstream outcomes, and such and the like.
You know how the Order is, always calculating something. But please, tell us what you discovered.
That you found evidence that the coordinates were rerouted is definitely something. Would be an odd step for Alva here to take, except perhaps to throw blame elsewhere.
I admit I had the knowledge to cause the leak, but not the authorization. And yes, why would I reroute coordinate commands away from here? I wholeheartedly agree. But her incompetence hardly absolves her. I'm sufficiently certain our proctor is conspiring with an outside party. So I'm coming out now. She's going to tell me who she's working with. Then I'm going to kill her.
Wait a minute. You're going to what? Our investigation, it's unfinished. And you're an initiate. What are you talking about?
Oh, I see you two thought you were proving my innocence. No, you were helping identify my target. I'd advise you, dears, to help or stay out of my way. Proctor Svoboda needs to pay for her actions.
Yes, I concur. That may be the only part of this that seems certain. You are far more capable than some back manufactory button pusher. Who are you, really?
I am a dedicated agent of the Order, but no, dear. My name is not Miriam Alva. I am Marisol Delgado, formerly of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection.
That group was just a story to scare novice scienticians. Next, you're going to be telling me you're... Wait. It is you, isn't it? The one they called the Endpoint.
Marisol's fine, thank you, dear.
We can brainstorm later.
I must admit, I'm not entirely sure. The rumors about your department. They said anyone who might delay the equation being solved disappeared. If there are any hints of truth to that, I find it severely at odds with Order tenets for balancing efficiency with humanity.
This is hardly the time for a history lesson or debate, I'm afraid. I arrived decades ago to lie low after a difficult assignment. More than that, I have nothing to speak on at present.
That you are who you are, and are standing right, and have been here for years. It's all much to digest. I suspect your methods are not my own, nor the Order's, as I know it. And I fear your intentions for Proctor's Svoboda. Yes, you did work for Orlo, didn't you? If the former bishop trusted you to intercede when necessary, I suppose I must as well. I won't stand in your way.
A wise calculation, my friend. Good thing you showed up when you did. You saved me from having to kill everyone here. Svoboda has much to answer for. Let's go see that she does.
What's this? What are you doing here? Come to surrender, I take it?
After decades keeping this identity, your inexpert blundering has rendered it obsolete. I am Marisol Delgado, former head intercessor of the Order. This would be an ideal time to confess everything. Before you die.
You can't possibly be party to all this. Not with her vast misdeeds so readily apparent.
Our investigator has definitively determined my innocence following a thorough investigation.
Wait, you can't possibly believe this balderdash. This is all nothing more than a flagrant example of artifice and bunco. An elaborate song and dance from an admitted imposter.
Enough, traitor. You made your play. You lost. No more deception. No more lies. Time to pay what is due.
No, wait,
Thus concludes a thoroughly distasteful business. What a nice and thoughtful thing to say, dear. Best search her office. Someone clearly was pulling her strings.
Would have been nice to perform that search before there was a corpse in the room, but pickers and choosers.
unsealed the effluvium repository. That's traditionally off limits. Ideal spot to hide something. We should take a look. Used to be brimming with runoff chemical sludge. It's been renovated, I see. Another terminal. Go ahead. You should have the honors. The Proctor's efforts appear part of a larger scheme. Of course. I should have assumed you had a greater purpose here. I have some unfinished business I need to get back to. I could use help from an operator like you. Believe my specific skills could benefit your efforts as well. I'd propose a strategic partnership. You help me, I help you. What do you say? Good, good. It's a little crowded here, though, isn't it?
Sure, I could use it. And don't let that one...
Excellent. So, Abbot Newell sent you to my manufactory to lower tensions with Auntie's Choice, I take it. Have you tried talking with them directly? Well, sometimes the order has been made out to be in the wrong here. It would be a shame for hostilities to reignite before we find out. Do you now? Let's hear it. Oh, I am a dedicated... Consider yourself lucky. You already know more about me than anyone else I've met in the last 20-odd years. Information... I mentioned I was tasked to influence. Pivotal. May all...
I realize you didn't receive the most welcome of receptions here. Can't completely argue with that. I recognize you've done right by us here today, and I appreciate your efforts. May fate and fortune converge.
My aftermarket parts are...
Standing by to stupefy. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Not entirely surprised. I do so hope you'll forgive my thoroughly convincing deception, dear. I'm not so sure Proctor's Svoboda was capable of crashing cargo pods into additional... May the plan...
I just... can't...
Move on, freelancer. I've been tasked with only treating enlisted personnel.
I do not believe I've observed you in these trenches before. You are aware this is a war zone, correct?
This is the last bastion of control before No Man's Land.
I'm unsure who assigned you permission to be at this locale, but please refrain from repeating the operations.
A large variety of Huckleberry-themed foods and beverages, all of them mislabeled parasite-free.
I was unaware our situation had become dire. Perhaps I should peruse Malkin's immutable mathematics again. I've only read it 4 times.
Looks like a fight. Commander, you're bleeding.
Batten scan.
Reloading so I can unload! I do not believe I've observed you in these trenches before. You are aware this is a war zone,
Vitals looking a mite marginal, Commander.
No combatant on my scopes.
To the rescue, sight unseen. That's a lot of casualties. Our medics ain't equipped for this. Not
It's
even
Barnabas.
close.
The worst Borst. Barnabas, I need you to go get help, buddy. I think I might be hallucinating.
Did that blast give me a dunder? Or is some damn stranger walking into my area of operation right after we've been attacked?
You all right, officer? We saw the impact and got over here fast as we could. If there's anything we can...
We can do to part you from your bits while you're desperate? Yeah, I know your type. You go private, but then lurk in the shadows like manta wasps looking to prey on easy marks. You got any reason I oughtn't have you shot? A what? Is that like some kind of contractor? Are you looking for a job? Because I have neither the requisite paperwork nor the time to fill it out. Go hustle somewhere else. Sure, that's what you mean. If you're not even going to be honest about your intention. Now get the hell out of my... Please tell me there's a damn good reason you're back. Yeah? Well, what exactly makes you so sure of that? Huh. Interesting. Did he say who he thinks did hit us? Not that it matters, I suppose. Not like we can muster a counterattack or anything. But even if I did believe you, so what? Seriously? You expecting me to ring up Auntie and tell her, hello, Maven of all marketing? Just letting you know that this scrutinization officer says everything's hunky-dory. You've clearly been out in the Dorado sun for too long. Ah, an offer for transaction. Now you're talking my language. Didn't reckon you was someone... Just so... Lately, my luck's been right miserable. You cut down... Or, if all that sounds like too much work for you, there are... Absolutely. Bits are a bond that buys a broad bevy of believability. Auntie says so herself. They show sincerity. That bomb that hit us? My contract medical... You get her the compression coil she needs to make the auto docks work, and that should cut her billable hours in half. There's been a murder at one of our... Problem is, go find out who done it, and I'll send the message you're asking for. This is gonna make no more sense for me saying it than it's gonna make for you hearing it, but a real, actual, pincer-faced, carapace-having mantisaur. Not a half-human one, or a psychic one, or a talking one, just a regular old, head-munching mantisaur. Anyways, there's some dispute over who his second should be, and he can't exactly decide himself. So go sort it out for me, and I will gladly send your message. Now, you know that's an irrevocable deal, right? As in, please remember it's legally binding, and I will sue you if you fail to get it done. So don't let either of us down. You've returned. Is there a reason you're looking to monopolize my invaluable time? Then why buy...
What in the scrupulous name of profitable deductibles do you think you're doing? Just who are you, and why are you walking through my triage? Some kind of rocket attack, or maybe an orbital strike. Can't rightly say for sure, but it came from above and hit us hard. Don't suppose you're looking for a way to help. I'm absolutely desperate, and I'm sure I could rustle up some suitable... We need compression coils. The attack left more wounded than I have supplies for. Without them, they can't convert raw materials into the medicaments needed, as many as you can. There's so much more work. Auntie dropped extra compression coils in pods from orbit to help our advance, but they landed everywhere. Though I heard some are in the no man. Many thanks, but please...
Sounds like these coils will keep this triage from becoming a morgue. Let's get to scavenging.
This is actually really cool because it feels like a battlefield, and they're like, hey, go get us the medical supplies across this battlefield, and it's dangerous. It makes sense why they, you know what I mean? Like, it makes sense why they couldn't do it themselves with this dangerous shit around. Like, well, if you really want to help, go through that battlefield and collect our lost medical supplies.
Combatant scanned.
15. There's a big enemy right here. South.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Back in business. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Lay low, Commander. Medic order.
Wow, that guy fucked me up. The weekend.
Back. Please tell me you've had some luck in finding us Well, it's not.
Sounds like these coils will keep this triage from becoming a morgue. Let's get to scavenging.